A great day to one and all. Welcome to the March 2024 Licensure Examination for Teachers Review for Mathematics Majors. I am Sir Kim, and I will be your reviewer for tonight. So I have given you a set 3, no? Which is a list of 40 items again, another list of 40 items. I hope na nasagot po natin ito because our role or goal for tonight is to discuss the answers. Be reminded as well that as much as possible, I do encourage everyone to do your best, and hopefully you could get at least one half of the items. So our goal is to check if you get or if you got at least 20. But of course, kung mas mataas pa po sa 20 out of 40 yung makukuha natin, much better po. So I hope na ready na po tayo. And for the directions, write the letter of the correct answer. If the correct answer is not found among the choices, so write E. So are you ready? Let's go. Let's do this. So I will be flashing to you the questions which you answered earlier, of course. And hopefully we will all be participative and flash also your answer sa ating chat po. Okay? Let's have number 1 now. The numbers 1, 2, and 3 are said as yi, san in this language. What is this language? Is it Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, or Mongolian? Okay, letter A daw, sabi ni Ma'am Jackie Lunis, ni Ma'am Margot, with Ma'am Sheni, with Ma'am Lenny, with Ma'am Thea, with Ma'am Ella, and to all who commented so far, all of their answers are letter A, which is Chinese. Okay, sabi ni Ma'am Catherine, letter A din po. If you answered Chinese, then you are actually correct. No? So here are some of the numbers from 1 to 10. We have Yi, San, Si, Wu, Liu, Chi, Ba, Ju, Shi. Yung atin naman pong other language po natin, yung ating Japanese, we have 0, no? So we have your Ichi, Ni, San, Shi, Go, and so on. Yung Korean naman po natin, ito naman po Yong, Il, I, Sam, Sa, and so on. And yung Mongolian naman po is iba din po yung kanilang notation or the way they say it. Teg, Neg, and so on. And I cannot pronounce everything there, but the correct answer here is letter A. Ichini-san. It's okay po. Okay, thank you po. And congratulations po sa lahat ng nakasagot ng letter A. Number 2. Which following is equal to the Roman numeral MCCXV III? Is it letter A, 1128, B, 1118, C, 1218, or D, 1228? Okay, letter C daw. Okay, sige nga. Ano yung Roman numerals ng 1128? Let's see kung tama kayo. Tama nga ba yung letter C? Tandaan po natin that in the Roman numerals, so we are utilizing some of the letters of the English alphabet. I stands for 1, V stands for 5, X naman po ay 10, yung C ay 100, yung M ay 1,000, di po ba? And take note po natin that the placement of the digits or of the letters also affects the values of the number. Because for example, if you place it at the left, iba po yung kahulugan niyan kapag piniplace po natin sa right o sa kanan. Yung number 1 po, yung letter A po, ito naman po ay yung 1128 is 1,000, which is M. C is 100. The XX is 20 because that's 2 tenths. And 8, VIII is 8. Okay, how about yung letter B po? So tama po yung MCXXVIII. How about yung letter B? 1118. Ano po siya sa Roman numerals? Sabi ni Ma'am Madeline, MCXV, I, tama? Sabi niyo letter C, we don't know yet. How about yung letter D po? Ano naman yung letter D na 1,228? 1,228, sabi ni Ma'am Jackie Lou, is MCC XXVIII, which is the same as Ma'am Margot, and those are actually correct. And indeed, the correct answer po is letter C, 1,218. Okay, good job everyone. And hopefully tuloy-tuloy na po. Number 3. Which of the following units of measure could best measure the height of a flagpole? Is it A, centimeters, B, meters, C, millimeters, or D, kilometer? Okay, many of you nagsabi na B. And if you answered B, be happy kasi yan po ang tamang sagot. In this context, kapag sinabi po nating best measure the height of a flag, best measure, no? As much as possible, kapag mineasure mo siya using that unit, kung maaari, yung number na makuha mo ay di masyadong kalakihan o hindi naman masyadong kaliitan na less than 1, no? So kung centimeters yung gagamitin mo, wow, napakalaking number yung baka malaking number yung makuha mo. Yung meters parang tamang-tama lang, di ba? Remember that 1 meter is 100 cm. Kung millimeter naman, naku po, masyadong malaki yung makukuha mong number. At saka kung kilometer naman yung gagamitin mo, remember that the height of a flagpole is way smaller than that of a kilometer, no? So kung gagamitin mo yung kilometer, so yung makukuha mong value is less than 1. At saka parang maliit ata siya, no? So the best answer here is letter B, letter B, meters. Okay, thank you po. Okay, let's proceed to number 4. Miguel is determining the length of the room using his feet. What particular concept is he using? Is it sandamak, tangkal, tipa, o talampakan? Okay. So many of you answered talampakan. Okay, I hope na familiar po tayo. Kapag sinabi po nating sandamak, it is the width of the hand with 5 fingers pressed together. So like this po, like this, no? This is an example, yung haba nito ay tinatawag po nating sandamak. Mula dito hanggang dito po. Yung letter B naman, yung length from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the middle finger, dito. Sa iba po, dangkal po yan. Sa iba po kasi, yung ginagamit nilang dangkal ay dito hanggang dito. Sa ibang reference naman po, mula dito hanggang sa middle finger lang. No? Dangkal po yan. Yung ano naman po, when we speak about span of 2 extended arms, yan naman po ay tinatawag nating tipa. Like this one po, tipa. Yung length nito ay tinatawag po nating dipa. And talampakan naman po is, of course, we are using our feet or foot to measure distances. Letter D. Tama po. Congratulations. But what is not so good sometimes about this is that we get values, no? Kasi depende siya kung sino ang sumusukat. May mga taong, halimbawa, malaki yung paa. Meron namang iba na hindi masyadong kahabaan yung paa. So nakadepende siya sa size, for example, ng paa ng taong sumusukat. All right. So thank you po. Letter D. Number 5. Carl Friedrich Gauss said that blank is the queen of mathematics. Did you go for algebra, number theory, calculus, or set theory? Okay, letter B daw, number theory. And if you answered number theory, tama nga ba? Number theory is correct. In fact, Sa ibang reference, no, arithmetic yung ginagamit nila. Pero sa ibang references, they are using also number theory as the queen of all mathematics. So nakadepende po siya sa reference. But again, for this case, since wala pong arithmetic na option, and we have a number theory na option, so we will go with number theory, letter D. Salamat, and good luck sa succeeding items. Number 6. He was a Swiss mathematician and one of the most prolific mathematicians of all time, publishing close to 900 books. Is he Leonard Euler, Isaac Newton, Leonardo Pisano, or Blaise Pascal? Okay, what's your answer po? Wow, many of you answered letter A. So, letter A nga ba? If you answered letter A, tama po kayo. He was actually a Swiss mathematician, no? And he published more than, close to 900 books. So, nabulag po siya, no? He went blind on his late 50s. But, nung nabulag po siya, ay naging mas productive pa po siya. Nakapag-publish siya ng marami pang mga gawain, no? So, he has many publications as well. So, the correct answer is Leonard Euler. For the other choices naman po, I believe you are familiar with Isaac Newton, no? He is famous for his laws of motion. Leonardo Pisano is one of the prolific mathematicians of his generation, and he is very well known about his Fibonacci sequence, although he was not the first one who really studied about that sequence. Blaise Pascal, his name is attached on the Pascal's triangle. And of course, it has many interesting properties as well. So letter A po yung tamang sagot. Number 7. He is best known for his Arithmetica, a work on the solution of algebraic equations and on the theory of numbers. Who is he? Is he Pythagoras, Euclid, Diophantus, or Archimedes? Wow. Letter C daw. Yung sagot ni Sir Vince at lang lahat po nang nag-comment. If you answered Diophantus, naku po, tama kayo. He is best known for his Arithmetica, a work on the solution of algebraic equations and on the theory of numbers. So usually, no, if we have heard siguro po of Diophantine equations, wherein the number of equations is less than the number of unknowns, so sa kanya po yan nakapangalan. Normally po kasi, no, kapag sa grade 8 ngayon itinuturo, kapag mayroong dalawang variables, need natin dalawang equations. Dalawang variable. For example, if you have a system of linear equations, no, dalawa sila. If there are two equations, if you have two variables, you need two equations. If you have three variables, you need three equations. Pero meron po kasing instances na kung saan yung number of equations ay less than the number of missing numbers or variables. Halimbawa, merong tatlong variables pero dalawa lang yung equation. So that's a system of Diophantine equations po. Sige lang po, Ma'am Majeline, laban lang po. Number 8, he invented the field of linear programming. Lumabas ata ito sa LET dati. Is he Danzig, Cardano, Newton, or Euler? Okay, I could see a lot of A's from amazing people. If you answered George Danzig, you are actually correct. George Bernard Danzig is a professor emeritus of operations research and of computer science who devised the simplex method and invented linear programming. In 1947, Danzig revised the simplex method, an important tool for solving linear programming problems in diverse applications such as allocating resources, scheduling production and workers, planning investment portfolios, and formulating marketing and military strategies. So tama nga po, letter A. Good job. Number 9. So yung iba naman po, no? So Girolamo Cardano is attributed, no, to if I am not mistaken, he is also attributed to some of the works in statistics. And we have also mentioned about Euler and about Newton and Euler kanina. Number 9. Find the sum of these 50 numbers. 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus all the way until 100. What do you think is a sum? Did you go for A, B, C, or D? Wow. Marami po yung sumagot ng letter A. Yung akin lang po, no? Siguro, I'm not sure yet, no? We are not yet sure kung tama nga ba yung letter A. Paki-comment po sa ating chat. Ano po yung ginawa ninyo? Ano po yung ginawa ninyo upang makuha ang sum? Meron ba kayong ginamit na formula? O baka in-add nyo talaga mula 2 hanggang 100? Okay, sabi ni Ma'am Habana, gumamit daw siya ng formula ng arithmetic sequence. Okay. Mode 3, tapos summation. Naku, sana all. Sabi ni Sir Norbien, 102 times 25. I agree with that as well. And there are many ways, no, of doing this. Let's have one of them. So actually, in my case, I made use of investigation. No? Halimbawa po, kung isa lang yung even number na i-add natin, di ba? 2 is equal to itself. But 2 could be expressed as 1 times 2. If you will add the first 2 even numbers, 2 plus 4, that would be 6. But 6 could be expressed as the product of 2 and 3. Di po ba? If you will take the sum of the first 3 of terms, 2 plus 4 plus 6 will be 12. But 12 could be expressed as the product of 3 and 4. And if you will take the sum of the first 4 terms, 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8, you will get 20. But 20 could be expressed as the product of 4 and 5. Now, take a look po at the pattern. Yung 2, kung isa lang siya, 1 times 2. Kung dalawa sila, 2 times 3. Kung tatlo sila na terms, 3 times 4. Kung 4 sila na terms, 4 times 5. Eh dahil, di ba, merong ilang terms dito? Merong 50 terms, di ba? So I do agree with Ma'am Alice. So ano po ba yung dapat nating i-multiply upang makuha yung sum? We should multiply 50 and 51. Because if you could see po, the sums could be expressed as a product of 2 consecutive natural numbers. Kung isa lang, 1 times 2. Kung dalawa, 2 times 3. Kung tatlo, 3 times 4. Kung 4, 4 times 5. Dahil 50 sila, 50 times 51, which is 2,550. Letter A. So kung yung iba po sa atin gumamit po ng arithmetic series formula, good job, it's still correct po, no? But in my case, I just utilized the pattern na nakita ko. Okay, thank you po. I hope na nakuha po natin. Number 10. Suppose A is equal to 30 plus 29 plus 28 plus 27 all the way until 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. And B is equal to 30 squared minus 29 squared plus 28 squared all the way down until 2 squared minus 1 squared. What is true between A and B? Is A greater than B? Is A less than B? Is is A equal to B? Or D, is A not equal? A is not equal to B. All right. Tama nga ba kayo? May nagsabi, marami kayo eh. So far, sa lahat po ng nag-comment, kayo na. Sabi nyo A is equal to B. Tama nga ba yan? O baka may tama kayo? Kidding aside po. So, sige. Lahat po ba tayo? Magkaparehas yung sagot so far? We have 7 people who commented and all of you answered letter C. Di ko po alam yung process niyo. Siguro yung iba, ginamit yung calculator nila at saka kinompute talaga. Siguro sa letter A, gumamit yung iba ng arithmetic series formula. Sa letter B naman, baka ginamit nyo yung calculator nyo at saka kinompute talaga. At nakita nyo, ay parehas sila or greater than yung isa than the other. Like that. Now, ngayon po, ipapakita ko po sa inyo kung ano po yung ginawa ko. Ang ginawa ko po ay, ginawa ko po ang lahat. Pero iniwan pa rin ako. Char lang. Biro lang po. Okay. Ito po yung technique. No? So for letter A po, kinopya ko lang po muna siya. And letter B, di ba? Ito yung letter B. Na 30 squared minus 29 squared all the way down. No? Di ba po? Meron po tayong property sa algebra na x squared minus y squared is equal to x minus y or times x plus y, di po ba? Kasi a difference of two squares could be factored in such a way. So, using that technique po, if you have here, if x is 30, if y is 29, ito po yung x squared minus y squared, which is factorable into x plus y. That's why meron po tayong 30 plus 29 times the quantity x minus y. That's why you have your 30 minus 29. And kung inyo pong mapapansin, no, this is factorable into this. Pero, yung 30 plus 29 po, kinopya ko lang po muna siya dito. Ano po yung nangyari sa isa? Yung nangyari po is, yung 30 minus 29 ay nagiging 1. Di po ba? Yes, I agree po, no? Thank you for Ma'am Alice. So ito po, yung 30 minus 29 becomes 1, and any number multiplied by 1 is equal to itself. That's why yung kinopya ko na lang po ay 30 plus 29. Using a similar manner po, take note. So yung 30 squared minus 29 squared ay equal lang pala sa 30 plus 29. Using a similar manner, no, o yung pattern, 28 squared minus 27 squared could be 28 plus 27. Yung 2 squared minus 1 squared could simplify into 2 plus 1. And by substitution, this was replaced by 30 plus 29. The 28 squared minus 27 squared is replaced by 28 plus 27 all the way until here. And you could see that A and B have the same appearance. And therefore, they are equal with one another. So to all who answered letter C, you got it right. Congratulations. I hope na nakuha po natin yung discussion o yung explanation. Thank you po. 11. Pizza maker intends to divide a circular pizza into 20 equal parts. What is the minimum number of cuts as diameters does he need to perform if pizzas will not be stacked after being cut? Is it 7, 8, 9, or 10? Okay, 10 daw. So, tama nga ba si 10? So, of course, no? Halimbawa po, meron kang isang pizza, kung isang cut, of course, meron kang dalawang parts. Isa pang cut, meron ka ng 4 na parts. If you have 3, so you have 6. So you have 6. And if you have 4, you have 8. So if you could see po, no? If you have 1 cut, there are 2 sectors. 2 cuts, 4 yung sectors na makukuha po natin. When we say sector po, parang isang slice, no? Ito, sector po yung tawag siya. That's why next time po, kapag bibili po kayo ng pizza na circular, na parang ganyan, no? Wag mong sabihin, maybe, no, you could say, may I buy a slice of pizza, please? Next time sabihin mo, may I buy a sector of a pizza? Tapos sabi niya, luging-lugi na ako at hinaganyan mo pa ako. But kidding aside, sector po yung technical term siya. Kung 3 cuts, merong 6 na sectors. And kung merong 4 cuts, merong pong 8 sectors. So, if you could see po, no, the total number of, you could see, if you will multiply the number of cuts to the number of sectors, I mean, if you will multiply the number of cuts by 2, you will have 20. No? So, dito, ilang cuts para makuha mo yung 20 na sectors. That's why we have 2 times x equals 20. And we have x equals 10. That is, we divided both sides by 2. So tama po, there are 10 cuts. Thank you. 12. What is true of the sum of the first 101 positive odd numbers? It is A, odd, B, even, C, prime, or D, none of this? Letter A daw, odd. Sabi ni Sir Vince, ni Ma'am Margo. Okay, how about the others po? Letter A din daw, odd. Sabi ni Ma'am Jenny. And the rest or the list continues. Thank you po. Now, meron pong pattern. Halimbawa, kung isang odd number lang yung ina-add mo, so 1, it's already odd. Kung dalawa sila, say 1 plus 3, you get 4, which is even. Kung tatlo sila, 1 plus 3 plus 5 gives you 9, which is odd. Kung 4 sila, it gives you 16, which is even. So kung inyo pong mapapansin, no, the sum of even number of odd numbers is even. Tingnan nyo po. Kung even po sila, halimbawa ito, 2 odd numbers, even yung sagot. 4 na odd numbers, even din. So I'm sure, try nyo po. Kung 6 na odd numbers, 8 odd numbers, 10 odd numbers, I'm sure that you will get an even sum. Pero, the sum of odd numbers is odd. Halimbawa, if you will add only 1 odd number, 3 odd numbers, 5 odd numbers, 7 odd numbers, 9 odd numbers, sure po ako na odd yung sagot. That's why we know that 101 is odd, and based on the pattern, hence, the sum of 101 odd numbers is odd. But I'm sure po na hindi po siya prime. Letter A. How do I know? Because kung inyo po mapapansin, no, the sum of the first n odd numbers, starting from 1, is always a perfect square. Tingnan niyo po. 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared. So I'm sure that the sum of the first 101 odd numbers is 101 squared, which is, of course, not a prime number because it has more than 2 positive factors. Thank you. Letter A. Number 13. Which of the following statements is incorrect about mathematical investigation? Mathematical investigation is a close-ended exploration. In doing MI, 1 visits the internet to determine the formula that leads to the answers. 3, mathematical investigation should be done in a considerable amount of time. Or 4, mathematical investigation is a learner-centered inquiry. Okay. Yung 1, ito ay, yung 1 nga ba ay tama o mali? 1 is mali. Because MI or mathematical investigation is open-ended. Meaning to say, out of the situation, the students have the freedom to choose what they wanted to pursue. Yung number 2 naman, in doing MI, 1 visits the internet to determine the formula that leads to answers to questions. Generally, it's not true. As much as possible, dapat yung bata yung hahanap ng paraan upang ma-determine yung sagot sa tanong niya. 3, MI should be done in a considerable amount of time. Tama po yan. And 4, dapat merong flexibility at freedom. Tama din po yan. So, therefore, letter B is the correct answer. Thank you po. 14. What function produces the first 5 terms of the sequence? 0, 3, 10, 21, and 36. Did you go for A, B, C, or D? What is your answer for number 14? Okay. So while waiting po, no, take note po natin that a sequence is also a function whose domain is the set of natural numbers and whose range is the set of real numbers. Okay, dito parang iba-iba ata. Sa 14, may sumagot ng C, may sumagot ng B. All right. Take note po ha, the domain of a sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In other words, to get the first term, replace the variable by 1. To get the second term, replace the variable by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5, and so on. So, okay, iba-iba. May A, may B, may C. Let's check po yung option C. 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. If I substitute x by 1 or f of 1, no? So it will become 2 times 1 squared minus 3 times 1 plus 1, and it will give you 0. For the second term, replace x by 2, and you will get 3. Because 2 times 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 1, you could verify that with your calculators, you will get 3. For f of 3, it will give you 10. For f of 4, it will give you 21. And if you solve for f of 5, it will give you 36. So you could check that A, B, and D and won't work. You could check them on your own. But since option C gave us the required or yung hinahanap natin na yung terms, no, na given, so therefore we could say that letter C is the correct answer. So yung mode 7, okay, sige. So maybe no, for your calculator techniques po. Thank you. 15. It is a part of the mathematical investigation paper where the investigators check if the formulas found is true for all cases. Is it deriving, verifying, justifying, or summarizing? What do you think? Okay, many answered letter C, justifying. Oh, sorry. So far, we have 2 people who commented justifying daw. Justifying nga ba? May sumagot ng B, verifying. Let's discuss. Kapag sinabi po nating deriving, dito mo pa lang po hinahanap yung conjecture or your formula. Wala ka pang formula or wala ka pang conjecture. So naghahanap ka pa lang. Yung letter B naman po, when we say verifying, you are actually checking if the formula or conjecture is true for some tried and untried cases or values. Meaning to say, sa verifying part, tinetest mo na kung nagwo-work nga ba yung formula or conjecture mo. So I'm sorry, hindi din po B. Because for verifying, it's only for some cases. But the correct answer is letter C, justifying. Dito, pinoprove mo na bakit tama yung formula mo for all allowable cases. So letter C, justifying po ang tamang sagot. Yung letter D naman, summarizing, you are stating the main points of the investigation process. So the correct answer is letter C, justifying conjectures. All right. I hope na nakuha po natin. So mayroong atang hindi nakakuha ng tama. It's okay, no? It's part of growing up. Yung verifying for some cases. Yung justifying for all allowable cases. 16. To prove a conjecture, Maria checked if it were for n equals 1. She assumed it to be true for n equals k, and she is trying to prove that the conjecture is true for n equals k plus 1. What method of proof did she use? Is it direct, indirect, mathematical induction, or direct substitution? Okay, I see a lot of letter C's, and letter C is actually correct. No? So the concept of mathematical induction is if your proposition or your formula is true for, say, n equals 1, you assume it to be true for a certain value of n, and if you could show that it's true always for n plus 1, then therefore, para yung domino, no? Kung true sa 1, true sa 2. Kung true siya for n equals 2, true din siya sa 3, sa 4, sa 5, sa 6, sa 7, until such time that you span the set of natural numbers. So letter C ang tamang sagot. 17. If x over 2 minus x over 6 is an integer, which of the following statements is always true? A, x is a multiple of 6. B, x is even. C, x is a multiple of 4. D, x is odd. Alright, letter A yung sagot ninyo. Okay, let's see. Try multiple of 6. In my case, no, since these two are dissimilar fractions, but they have, the LCD po natin is 6. So ito po yung ginawa ko. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times x is 3x. Minus, so minusin po dito. Of course, I copy the 6 divided by 6, 1. 1 times x is still x. 3x minus x is 2x over 6. I will not simplify it yet po ha. So 2x over 6 ang po muna. Now, if you could see, the correct answer here is actually x is a multiple of 6. Bakit? If x is even, it will not always work. Halimbawa, if x is equal to 2, yung numerator mo will be 2 times 2, which is 4. Of course, 4 is not divisible by 6. Kung multiple of 4 naman siya, halimbawa, maglalagay ako dito 4. 2 times 4, 8. 8 over 6 is 4/3, which is clearly not an integer. And for letter D, x is odd. Halimbawa, if x is equal to 1, 2 times 1 over 6 simplifies to 1/3. Of course, it's not an integer. Hence, any multiple of 6 you choose, for example, if x equals 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and so on, I'm sure you will have an integer answer. So letter A. Yes po, I agree with you, Ma'am Jackie Lou. Thank you. So fractions na hindi po integers. 18. What is the sum of the prime factors of 360? By the way, we are assuming here na positive yung prime factors, of course. Letter B daw, 10. Let's see. B nga ba? If we do when we say prime factors, no? Prime factors are positive integers, no? Of course, they are positive integers. A prime number has exactly 2 positive factors, 1 and itself. So halimbawa, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on. So you could verify, no, by prime factorization that 360 is equal to 2 cubed times 3 squared times 5. Pero nakalagay po, mga kaibigan, nakalagay po prime factors. What are the prime factors? According to Ma'am Margot, 2, 3, and 5 daw. And of course, their sum is 2 plus 3 plus 5, which is 10. Letter B. Yes. Siguro po yung iba, mas mataas yung sagot nyo kasi in-include nyo 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5. I'm not sure, no? I'm not sure po kung ano po yung ginawa natin. Yes. Once lang po natin gagamitin yung factors, no? Kasi yung iba, hindi na po prime factors yung iba. Prime lang. So dito, dapat once lang gagamitin. 19. What is the sum of the product and quotient of negative 10 and 10? Did you go for negative 98, negative 99, negative 101, or negative 103? Ano po yung pagkakaintindi ninyo, no? Sum ng product at quotient. So una sa product, i-multiply mo. Sa quotient, i-divide mo. Tapos yung result ay i-add po natin. That's why ito po yung product nila Negative 10 times 10. Ito naman po yung quotient nila. Negative 10 divided by 10. And dahil 10 yung hinahanap natin, i-add po natin sila. So, negative 10 times 10 is negative 100. Whereas negative 10 over 10 is negative 1. And negative 100 plus negative 1 gives us negative 101. Letter C. Okay, thank you po, Ma'am Majeline, and to everyone who commented. I hope na nakuha po natin. 20. What part of an hour has passed from 2:48 p.m. to 3:32 p.m. of the same day? Is it A, 11/15, B, 13/15, C, 11/12, or D, 14/15? Okay, please comment your answers. Don't be shy po. Ay, di ko na po yan inanalyze kanina. Nako, baka di mo inanalyze, ma'am, because for you siguro napaka-basic na lang nito. Okay, letter A daw. Karamihan sa atin letter A. So, ilang minutes ba ang nag-lapse mula 2:48 p.m. hanggang 3:32 p.m. of the same day? Ilang minutes po yan? 40 minutes daw? Tama ba? Do you agree with 40 minutes? May nagsabi ng 44? Okay. 44. Yes, I agree with 44 minutes po, no? Kasi from 2:48 to 3, 12 minutes yon. From 3 to 3:32, 32 minutes. So 12 plus 32 is 44 minutes. But we know that an hour has exactly 60 minutes. So 44 over 60 po yan. But of course, they are both divisible by 4 because their GCF is 4. So dividing both numerator and denominator by 4 gives us 11 over 15, or that is letter A. Good job so far. Confident ako na mataas ang makukuha natin dito. Okay? Now, 21. How many integers between 1 and 210 are divisible by both 10 and 15? Did you go for A, 6, B, 7, C, 8, or D, 9? Okay, paki-comment po. We have B. May sumagot din ng letter A na 6. Meron ding sumagot ng B. Hati-hati po ata tayo ah. So far, sa mga sumagot, your answer is either A, B, or D. Wala pong sumagot ng C. Now, tingnan po natin. Tama nga kaya kayo? When we say both, no? Dapat divisible siya by both 10 and 15. So, ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Kailangan divisible siya by the LCM or the least common multiple of 10 and 15, which is 30. So it's like saying the problem is how many numbers are divisible by 30? Parang ganon. So between 1 and 210, we have 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, and 180. And there are actually 6 of them. Letter A. Be careful po, be careful po. Hindi po kasama si 210. Kasi sabi, between. Between, meaning, yung dalawang dulo, yung 1, at saka 210 ay hindi po kasali. Or hindi po siya kasama. So careful po, 6 lang po. That's why, letter A po, 6 lang po talaga sila. So, medyo tricky po siya ng konti. It's not difficult, but it's a bit tricky lang, no? So, take note, we have to note some specific details about it, no? Okay? Now, let's proceed. I hope na nakuha po natin. Welcome po. 22. In one class, 1/3 of the students are male students. Of these male students, 2 sevens are varsity athletes. If there are 4 male varsity athletes in the class, how many students are there in the class? Okay, please comment your answer. Okay, so let's see kung tama po kayo. So may nag-suggest po sa inyo that the equation is 1/3 times 2 sevens times x, which is equal to 4. And also, I agree with that. I agree with that po, no? So working backwards, kasi sabi dito sa problem, 1/3 ay male. So 1/3 x po yan. But of these, 2 sevens are varsity athletes. So it should be 1/3 x times 2 sevens, but I chose to have it this way, which is equal to 4. And thank you po, Sir Joselito, Ma'am Mageline, Sir Mar, or Teacher Mar. And with that, no, 1/3 times 2 sevens simplifies to 2/21 times x equals 4. And multiplying both sides by 21/2, direkta na po yan. So that gives you 4 divided by 2, which is 2. 2 times 21 gives us 42. So indeed, that class has 42 students. So take note po that x here represents the total number of students in that class. Salamat po. Next. 23. What is the average of 1/2, 1/4, and 1/5? Did you go for 13/25, 19/30, 19/60, or 13/27? All right. Please comment your answer. Okay, let's see kung tama po kayo. Di ba, remember po natin that the concept of average, no, or I mean in this case, arithmetic mean, it's understood to be arithmetic mean, is that you get the sum and multiply it. And divide it by the total number of scores. So dito, dahil meron po tayong tatlong numbers, so i-add po natin yung tatlong to and divide by 3. With such, that gives you 1/2 plus 1/4 plus 1/5 divided by 3. But of course, we have our calculators with us, no? The sum of the ones inside the parentheses is 19/20. And if you divide by 3, it's the same thing when you multiply by 1/3. That's why you get 19/60. So tama nga po yung letter C. Okay, good job. Kinalcule na po. Yes, tama nga naman, di ba? Maging practical po tayo. 24. A recipe which is good for 6 persons calls for 3/4 cup of milk. How much milk will be needed for a recipe for 9 persons? Is it 9/8 cup, 1 cup, 2/8 cup? I mean 2 cups, or 15/8 of a cup? Okay, iba-iba po ata. Sana all, Ma'am Mageline. I'm proud of you. Okay, letter A. Sure? Sure din. Okay, letter A din. Si Ma'am Glory Fest, sabi niya. Now, no, so we have, I don't know the amount of milk yet, so I let X to be the amount of milk. Take note po ha, marami pong paraan kung paano ito isolve. Yung sa akin, ito po yung way ko muna for today's video. So, using the setup po, no? So, 6 na tao, 3/4 cup. Eh kung merong 9 na tao, or 9 katao, how many cups? And remember, this is a direct proportion. And in this case, the product of the extremes, 6 times x, is equal to the product of the means, 3/4 times 9. And the product of 3/4 in 9 and 9 is 27/4. And dividing both sides by 6 po, no? And using our calculators, we arrive to x equals 9/8. So letter A. Yes, I agree as well, no, with what Ma'am Ashley mentioned there. So 3/4 cup, diba? So multiply mo yung 9 sa 3/4. Yung 0.7, kung sa comment po natin ha, pakicheck po yung comment. Yung 3/4 po kasi is 0.75 as a decimal. That's why 9 times 0.75 divided by 6. Letter A po. 25. If x equals 2y plus 15, what is the value of 3x minus 6y? Is it 10, 15, 30, or 45? Again, marami pong paraan kung paano ito isolve. Okay? Letter D. Convinced ba kayo sa letter D? Tingnan po natin. So ito po yung process ko. Take note ha, baka iba din po yung process niya sa akin. Huwag po kayong magtaka. Yung ginawa ko po ay, di ba, x equals to y plus 15. At 3x minus 6y yung need nating isolve. Di ba? Meron din siyang x ito. Yung x na to, ang value ng x ay 2y plus 15. So yung ginawa ko po, I replace this whole x by 2y plus 15. I entailed or I used substitution. So that's 3 times the quantity 2y plus 15 minus 6y. So distributing the 3 to the 2y plus 15, that's 6y plus 45. No? 3 times 2y is 6y. 3 times 15 is plus 45. And if you could see from here po, that 6y minus 6y becomes 0. That's why we are left with 45, letter D. Very good. Thank you po, Ma'am Glorife, and to the others, no? The servants, to Ma'am Shenny, to Ma'am Alice, Ma'am Habana, Ma'am Joyce, for the comments. Next. A rectangle has a perimeter of P equals 18x minus 14. If the length is 6x plus 3, find the area. Did you go for A, B, C, or D? Letter A. Take note that the formula for area of a rectangle is length times width. Meron na po tayong length na 6x. Yun nga lang, we don't know yet what the width is. But since we are given the perimeter, and we know that to get the perimeter, that could be solved using the formula twice the sum of the length and width. No? And by substitution, yung perimeter is 18x minus 14. Yung length is 6x plus 3 plus width. Dividing both sides by 2, no? Kasi meron kang 2 dito. Dividing both sides by 2 na lang. 18x divided by 2 is 9x. Negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. At kapag nag-divide ka naman ng negative ng 2 sa right side, syempre makakancel lang ito. And what will remain is what's inside the parenthesis. Next, yung 6x na to ay magiging minus sa left side. That's why you have 9x minus 6x, which is 3x. Yung positive 3 na to ay magiging minus 3 sa left side. So minus negative 7 minus 3 will be negative 10. Therefore, the width is 3x minus 10. Okay, thank you po, Ma'am Marnie. And now that we have the length, which is 6x plus 3, and the width, which is 3x minus 10, we can now take their product to get the area of our rectangle. So by FOIL method, no, first term, 6x times 3x is 18x squared. Oh, outside, 6x times negative 10, which is negative 60x. Inside, inside or inner, 3 times 3x is plus 9x. And L, the last terms, 3 times negative 10, which is negative 30. Negative 60x plus 9x simplifies to negative 51x, and copying the rest of the terms because they are already unlike with the rest. So the area is 18x squared minus 51x minus 30 square units, Letter A. Great job, guys. Proud of you. Pero kung mali po nakuha natin, it's okay po. Yung mahalaga po ay natututo po tayo. What's more important is that we are trying our best to reach for that LPT dream. No? And hopefully na maabot na po natin ito. 27. What is the range of y equals 3x minus 4? Is it A, all real numbers? B, positive real numbers? C, negative real numbers? Or D, y is not equal to 0? Marami din yung sumagot ng letter A. And letter A is actually correct. Tandaan po natin ha, that since in this case, no, positive po yung slope natin na 3, that's why it's rising to the right. Pero apart from that po, if the slope of your line is not equal to 0, then I'm sure na real numbers po yung kaniyang range. So if you could see, no, that's why, no, if you have a linear function na hindi horizontal, then therefore surely po yung domain and range niya are both the set of real numbers. That's why letter A ang tamang sagot. Letter A. Kaya po yan. 28. A man invests 1/3 of his capital at 6% and the remainder at 8%. Simple interest for 1 year. Find his capital if his total income, when we say total income po, no, is total interest, is 4,400. Did you go for 60, 55, 65, or 70,000? Okay, letter A daw. Let's see kung tama kayo. We don't know yet, no, kung ilan yung amount. Let X be the amount na in-invest niya all in all. 1/3 of that is at 6%. So let 1/3 X be the amount invested at 6%. And syempre, yung natitira, 2/3. So let 2/3 X be the amount invested at 8%. And sabi po sa problem, no, yung total kita niya ay 4,400. And tandaan po natin, no, to get the simple interest, it's PRT, the principal times the rate times the time. So ito po yung principal, rate niya 6%, which is expressed as 6/100 na lang. And sabi in 1 year, so the time is 1. Take note po ha, that the time po natin in using the formula for simple interest, as much as possible, dapat in terms of years po yan. So ito po ay ang interest for the first investment at 6%. For the second investment, it's 2/3 X times 8%, which is 8/100, times 1 year. So ito po yung investment, second investment. And all in all, kapag in-add po natin yung dalawang interest, dapat 4,400. With such, multiplying, simplifying this, that's 6/300x times x, plus ito naman po ay 16/300 times x equals 4,400. And adding them gives you 22/300x equals 4,400. And I just multiply both sides directly by 300/22 to get 60,000 as the value of the investment. Therefore, letter A po ang tamang sagot. So 60,000 po all in all yung kanyang in-invest. Sana all. 29. I hope na nakuha po natin yung explanation. And kapag hindi po natin nakuha, so feel free po no, na balik-balikan yung video. Pero please lang, wag mo na siyang balikan. Char lang. Okay. Yung iba. 29. Find the mean proportional to 4 and 36. Did you go for 72, 24, 12, or 9? Letter C daw. 12. Tama nga ba ang 12? Kapag sinabi po nating mean proportional, it's like this po. It's actually the geometric mean, no? That is, isang geometric lang mean lang yan. Na kapag ilalagay mo siya sa gitna ng dalawang numbers, the terms for x and 36 are actually forming a geometric sequence o merong common ratio. Ibig sabihin po niyan, kung i-divide po natin yung second by the first term, that's why x over 4, dapat equal po siya sa third term divided by the second term, not 36 over x. No? And that's why you have arrived to this equation. And of course, no, sabi nila cross multiplication, but the more technical term is multiplication property of equality. We multiplied both sides by 4x. So 4 times 36 is equal to x times x. So 144 is equal to x squared. And taking the square root of both sides, remember, extracting square roots, dapat meron pong plus minus. So the square root of 144 is 12, but we have to place there plus minus because the square of a positive or a negative number, real number, is of a positive and or negative real number is always a positive number. That's why it's 12 or negative 12, but since positive 12 is one of our choices po, so we chose letter C, 12. Good job, good job. So I hope na nakuha pa natin. 30. Find the 30th term of the arithmetic progression if the first term is 4 and the third term is 10. Take note po ha. Progression is the other term for sequence. So, kapag sinabi po nating arithmetic sequence, meron pong common difference. So, is it 75, 91, 88, or 80? Letter B daw, 91. Confident. Tingnan natin. Common difference daw is 3, sabi ni ma'am. Okay, let's see. So I hope no that you could still recall the formula for the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. That is, a sub n equals a sub 1 plus quantity n minus 1 times b, where a sub 1 is a sub n is the nth term, a sub 1 is the first term or the first number that appears in that sequence, n is the number of terms, and d is your common ratio. Ang alam po natin is a sub 1 equals 4 and a sub 3 equals 10. So with this po, dahil meron po tayong yung pinakamataas po natin na subscript ay 3, so let n be equal to 3. So meaning meron po tatlong terms, halimbawa. So replacing no, lahat po ng n sa formula na to ay papalitan po natin ng 3. That's why we have a sub 3 equals a sub 1 plus 3 minus 1 or 2 times d. But based on the problem, yung a sub 3 natin or third term is 10. At saka yung a sub 1 po natin ay 4. So with that, by substitution, we have 10 equals 4 plus 2d. Subtracting both sides by 4 gives you 6 equals 2d. Dividing both sides by 2 gives you a common difference of 3. And with such, no, after this, we can now, dahil meron na po tayong first term at saka common difference, we can now solve for the 30th term. So using the same explicit formula here, I will substitute n by 30. So a sub 30 equals the first term, which is 3, which is 4, plus 30 minus 1 times 3, and using your calculator to simplify this, it gives you 91 as the 30th term of the sequence. Meaning po, kapag i-write mo po yung terms ito, halimbawa 4, no, di ba 3? You skip count by 3. 4 plus, you add 3, 4, 3, 7, 10, and so on. I'm sure po that the 30th number na makukuha mo ay 91. Assuming syempre na tama yung mga nalista mong term. Okay? Number 31. So far, so good. Same, ay grabe. Ay, okay. Sige po. There are cars with 4 wheels and motorcycles with 2 wheels in a parking lot. A man counted a total of 54 vehicles but found out that there are only 144 wheels. How many motorcycles are there? Okay. Okay, let's see if you are right in D. So from here, no, C represents the number of what they call this cars, and M represents the number of motorcycles. So there are 54 of them. So C plus M equals 54. Subtracting both sides by M, I arrive to C equals 54 minus M. My goal of doing this is, of course, to use elimination. No? Kasi may mga taong kailangan burahin. Char lang. Okay. So don't worry if you use, I will use substitution, If you intend to use elimination, it's still okay po. Also, ang car ay merong 4 wheels. So 4C is a total number of wheels of the cars. And 2M, no? Plus 2M, the total number of wheels of motorcycles. And 4C plus 2M gives you 144. From here, that's why I intend to use elimination po kasi I know that C here, no? Kasi yung sinusolve po natin ay M lang. So I replace C here, which is with its value na 54 minus M. So that's why ito po. Kinopya ko lang po ito, pero yung C ay pinalitan ko na ng 54 minus M. And with such, I distribute 4 times 54, which is 2116. 216, 4 times negative M is minus 4M. So plus 2M equals 144 pa rin. Then, negative 4M plus 2M is negative 2M, and I copy the rest. Yung negative 2M na nasa left ay magiging positive 2M sa right. Yung 144, positive 144 na nasa left, na nasa right, will become minus 144 kapag nilipat sa left side. And 2160 minus 144 is equal to 72 equals 2M. Dividing both sides by 2 gives 36. Hence, tama po. Motor po yung hinahanap 36. Letter D. Siguro yung iba sa inyo, elimination yung ginamit. Okay din po yan. Wala pong mali doon. 32. A line segment is 20 inches long, is divided into 2 parts whose lengths have a ratio 3:7. Find the length of the shorter part. Is it 5, 4, 6, or 7 inches? 6 daw? Okay. 6 din. And I think many of you answered 6. And this time, no? Dahil 3:7 po siya, so 3 plus 7 equals 10. Which means there are 10 parts, no? Which means there are 10 parts in all. And out of these 10 parts, 20 inches, yung kabuuan po kasi ay 20 inches divided by 10 parts indicates that there are 2 inches per part. Pero 2 inches per part po yan. Pero the shorter segment is 3 parts. Kasi yung longer 7 is 7 parts So the shorter segment is 3 parts of the whole. So 3 times 2 will give you 6 inches. Letter C. I hope na nakuha po natin. 33. Good job. So 20 divided by 10, tapos 2 times 3. Tama po, Ma'am Julian. Sabi ni Sir Joselito, 3/10 equals x over 20. Tama din po yan, sir. No? So nakapag-set up po kayo ng proportion. And that's a very good one. So thank you po. Good job. 33. Determine the future value of an amount in Philippine pesos invested at 4% simple interest for 5 years on 50,000 pesos. Is it 60,000, 61,000, 63,000, or 63,500? What is your answer? Okay. Your answer is letter A daw. 60,000? Aha. So when we say future value po, yan po ay yung tubo, ilan lahat yung pera mo in the end. So of course, no, may after ina-add mo yung interest sa ano, ina-add mo yung interest sa kung magkano yung ininvest mo. And we know that the future value is equal to the principal amount plus interest. But we know that the formula for simple interest is PRT, no? That's why by substitution, that's 50,000 plus 50,000 times rate. Yung 4% po kasi, that's 0.04 as a decimal. You could also convert it to fraction if you wish. And the time is 5 years. And using your calculators, the 50,000 times 0.04 times 5 is 10,000. Meaning to say, 10,000 pesos po yung interest na na-accumulate ng investment ninyo. And all in all, 60,000 lahat po yung pera ninyo. Letter A. Okay, yes, I agree with you, Ma'am Magdalene. 10K na interest plus 50K. Sana all. Next number. A certain amount of money was invested at 3% simple interest and it gained 400 pesos in a span of 4 years. How much in Philippine pesos was invested in? So I think these are all rounded values. Which of A, B, C, or D? Sana all my 60K po. Nako, kaya yan, ma'am. Go. So saan po dito? Letter A daw. Siguro yung iba sa atin nag-trial and error. Di po ako sure, ha? Okay, but marami po sa atin ang ang sagot ng A. Ang sagot ay A. So, we know that this is the formula, I equals PRT. Pero yung hinahanap po natin ay P, no? So, take note, you can derive the formula or you can do direct substitution and solve. Depende po yan sa inyo. So, by substitution, 400 equals P times 0.03 dahil 3% times 4. The right side simplifies to 0.12P. So 400 equals 0.12P, and dividing both sides by 0.12, that gives us a value that is approximately 3,333 pesos and 33 centavos. Letter A po. Good job. Yung ginawa po ng iba siguro, iba din. Dinerive mo na nila yung formula, which is I equals I over RT, which is equal to P. Same lang po yan, don't worry. 35. After investing 15,000 pesos at 7% simple interest for 7 years, it became 20,250 pesos. What is X? Did you go for 5, 6, 7, or 8? Okay, letter A daw. Aha. Let's see kung tama nga ba yung A. Di ba? How do we get the interest? Of course, that the interest could be solved by subtracting the future value o yung perang may tubo na by the principal, no? So kung magkano yung in-invest mo. By subtraction, you could see that the interest is 5,250 pesos. And now, we can utilize the formula I equals PRT. So yung interest po natin ay 5,250 equals P, which is 15,000, times interest rate na 7%, times yun nga lang ang time. We don't know yet. Let's call that X. And I divided both sides, no, by 15,000 by the product of 15,000 and 0.07. Or kung gusto nyo po, i-multiply nyo po yung muna yung dalawang to bago i-divide. Depends po sa inyo. They will still give the same correct answer of x equals 5. Letter A. Okay. I hope na clear po. I hope na clear sa atin po. 36. Mrs. Insular would like to buy a refrigerator at 40,000 pesos. She is required of a down payment of 10,000 pesos, and she will pay the rest at 6% interest for 12 months. How much will her monthly payment in Philippine pesos be? Is it 2,100, 2,220, 2,250, or 2,650? Comment po. Feel free. Don't be shy. I see these. Okay, let's see. If you answer D, tandaan po natin na dahil nakapagbayad na po siya ng 10,000, ibig sabihin, meron pa po siyang babayarang 30,000 pesos at ito po yung papatawan ng dagdag na interest sa bayarin. So therefore, dahil nga merong interest na yung natirang babayaran niya, di ba? Will have a 6% interest for 1 year. So you will add the interest, that product of 36,000 of 30,000, 6% and 1, and add that to 30,000 will give you 31,800 pesos. Ibig sabihin po nito, yung babayaran mo for 12 months will have a total of 31,800. At dahil nga babayaran mo siya in 12 months, your monthly bill could be determined by dividing 31,800 pesos by 12, which is 2,650. So yes, letter D. Okay, very good po. Wow. Grabe, detailed po yung solution ni Ma'am Madeline, and I believe, no, that we have a similar process. Thank you po, ma'am. Good job. 37. After investing a certain amount of money at 5% simple interest rate for 4 years, my money became 102,000 pesos in all. How much was invested? Is it 85,000 pesos, 84,000 pesos, 80,000 pesos, or 75,000 pesos? Okay, we have Ma'am Margot, Ma'am Shenny. Their answers. Their answer is letter A. How about the others? Same din po ba yung sagot ninyo? O baka hindi po tayo sure? A din daw. So far, we have 5 people who commented letter A. Let's see kung tama kayo. Now, ito po yung ginawa ko. Di ba? We know that the future value is equal to the principal amount plus interest. Pero yung P ay pinalitan ko na po ng PRT. Yung interest, the formula for simple interest is PRT, di po ba? Kaya yan po yung formula. Ano po yung greatest common factor sa right side? Tingnan nyo po, P plus PRT. Ano po yung GCF nila? P, tama po. So we will factor out the GCF. So pinalabas ko po si P. P divided by P is 1. PRT divided by P is RT. That's why the right-hand side becomes P times the quantity 1 plus RT. Dahil P lang naman po yung hinahanap natin, we will divide both sides by 1 plus RT. And this is now the formula, no? To get the principal amount, just simply divide the future value with 1 plus RT. By substitution, it becomes 102,000 divided by 1 plus 0.05 times 4. And using our calculators, you will get 85,000 pesos. Letter A. Ay, gravidad. Ship salt. Sana all. Okay, thank you po, no? So don't worry, no? You have a separate calculator techniques, no? With Sir Kevin po. Thank you. Good job. 38. How much will an amount in Philippine pesos be after 7 years when 60,000 pesos is compounded, is invested at 2% interest, compounded annually? Which of A, B, or C po? Or D, yung sagot natin? Letter A din. Grabe kayo. Not sure yet po ha kung tama yan. How about the others? A din daw. All right. Let's see. From here, I hope you could still recall the formula, no? Which is, take note, yung sa ibang references, baka ibang variables po yung ginagamit nila. In my case, I use F equals P sub O times the quantity 1 plus R over S raised to ST, where F is the future value, P sub O is yung original amount na invested, na ininvest mo, R is the compound interest rate, S is parang ano siya, no, season ba yan? For example, kung annually, S is 1. Kung semi-annually, S is 2. Kung quarterly, S is 4. Eh kung monthly, what is S? Kung monthly, ilan yung S? 12. Tama. And take note, kung ano man po yung value ng S dito, same din po yan dito. And the T is the time, which is in years. So by substitution, that's 60,000 pesos times the quantity 1 plus 0.02. Ito po yung interest. Dahil annually, S is equal to 1. That's why I replaced all S's by 1. For 7 years, so times 7. Using our calculators to simplify this, that's 60,000 times 1.02 raised to 7, or that's approximately 68,921 pesos and 14 centavos. Letter A. Okay, good job. And thank you for participating. Limot ko na ang formula. Ay, okay. Sige lang po. Refresh lang po ng konti, no? Sana wag niyo pong kalimutan yung formula. Kalimutan mo na siya, yung taong nagpahirap sa'yo. Char lang. Wag lang yung formula. Okay. 39. Sige nga po, connected ito, no? So same formula kanina. How much will an amount in Philippine pesos be after 10 years when 150,000 pesos is invested at 3% compounded monthly? Will you do for A? Will you go for A, B, C, or D? What about the others? Letter A, sabi ni Ma'am Jackie Lou, ni Sir Vince. Let's see. Tama nga ba yung A? Marami po silang nagpahirap. Ay, grabe siya. May hugot pala si Ma'am Madeline. Sige lang po. Ilan po talaga ang buhay. Sabi ni Ma'am Glorife, A din daw. Alright? So, diba ito rin? Pero sabi sa problem, yung in-invest mo ay 150,000 at 3%, that's why 1 plus 0.03. Dahil monthly, yung S po natin ay equal to 12. So 12 for 10 years, raised to 10 din po yan. And of course, simplifying, no, yung ito, it will become 1.0025 raised to 120. And using our calculators, it will give us letter A. Approximately 202,403 pesos and 3 centavos. Okay? And lastly, number 40, A certain product was given successive discounts of 20% and 30% in this order. Overall, the original price of the product was decreased by how many percent? Is it 35%, 40%, 44%, or 50%? Marami yung sumagot ng letter C, 44. I mean, sa lahat po ng nag-comment, puro C po yung sagot nyo. Sure? Okay, tingnan po natin. Ganito po yan, no? Ano po yung, kunan mo, halimbawa, yung technique po ng iba, no, kapag hindi po nila alam yung gagawin is, ina-assume po nila na yung price ng product ay 100. Bawasan mo ng 20% yung 100, magiging 80. Di po ba? 80. Oh, ang 80, babawasan mo ng 30%. Ano ba yung 30% ng 80? Ano po yung 30% ng 80? Paki-comment po. 24. Tama. So yung 80 ay babawasan mo rin po ng 24. And what is 80 minus 24? 56. In other words, mula 100, naging 56 na lang. So dahil mas maganda yung 100 kasi kung ano yung difference, yun na yung sagot. 100 minus 56 will give you 44. So letter C po yung tamang sagot. Tama, 44. Pero meron din pong ibang technique, no? Yung technique is 100%. Diba, kapag binawasan siya ng 20%, yung babayaran mo na lang ay 80%. So, 0.80. Next naman po, kapag binawasan mo siya ng 30%, diba, 70% na lang yung babayaran mo sa kanya. That's why, yung technique din po is multiply mo silang dalawa. 0.80 times 0.70, that's 0.56, right? 1 minus 0.56 is 0.44, but this is decimal eh. To convert to percent, multiply by 100 and attach the percent symbol. Hence, the overall price of the product was decreased by 44%. Letter C. All right. And with that, I hope na nakuha po natin yung mga explanation for tonight. For the discussion, with that, TYBM, thank you very much and a great day to one and all.